asked him, I said, did you do something with a man? And I say it just like that. And he just looks at me like, what? What?
Hey beautiful people, how you are doing today? It's your girl Destiny here and welcome to my channel. How you are doing? Hope you guys are doing great. So this video is the part 2 video of the sister who came to share the story of how she didn't know she was dating a man for 7 years and this man was a down low. She went on to narrate some of the things that point her into that direction, thinking that this man was or this man is down low and this man is into men but was just in a relationship with her. So if you haven't seen the first part of the video, go check it out so you get full context of what we're talking about and where the story is continuing from. So we're going to hear her continue her story here, but we left off where she found out that he has cheated again after 4 years when they were trying to celebrate their 4 years anniversary, and her family was there to celebrate it with them, buy them gifts and all that. And she finding out that he cheated, but he was trying to downplay the cheating, like, oh no, it wasn't something that was really intimate, it was just like a quick one. Anyway, guys, go check out the first part. Okay, that's all I was saying. Just go check out the first part, which I'll link down in the description box. So go check it out then, so you can come join this one. Okay, so let's go check out the remaining part of the story and then we'll talk more.
Part 4 of how I was in a 7-year relationship with a man who was very questionable and suspect. So we are now eating the dinner that my family prepared for us, opening our gifts, doing the best we could with keeping a good face and acting like nothing's wrong. And he's doing everything in his power. Like, he's doing the dishes, he's picking up everybody's plate, like he's being super attentive. And my family is kind of like, no, you don't have to, it's your anniversary. And he's insisting that he does this all because he knows what's going on. So fast forward, everybody heads out, and everybody goes to bed. And I'm just sitting there looking at him like, what's wrong with you? Like, genuinely. So after over and over and over and over and over and over and over, I tell him, this is not flying. This story makes no sense. And you already disrespected me enough by doing this. You're not going to continue to disrespect me by giving me this half-ass story. What is this? It transpires to the whole story changing. So now the new story is that he was on Tinder. And him being on Tinder, he matched with somebody. His words, I matched with somebody and met up with them, and they gave me a job. Okay, you met up with this person and gave you a job. Where did you do it at? In their car. What kind of car they drive? Jada, what does that matter? What does that matter? I'm asking details now, because like, what is, like, it's just, it's so crazy to me that you're this comfortable with just meeting these random people. This is the second time in a row where this is a random person that you're meeting on the internet, and you feel the comfortability with potentially, or now you follow through. So the first time you was about to. The second time you actually did something with this person. You cannot tell me a name. I asked them, what does this person look like? He gave me the most vague description. Dark skin, about my height, and her name was Bree. No last name. No full name. Bree. Bree. That's it. You don't. Is it Brianna? Is it Brittany? Is it Burkisha? Like, just Bree. So it's Bree. And nothing was making sense. Like, it was Tinder. So now at this point, I'm actually feeling super disrespected. So now I'm getting a little bit more boisterous on my opinion of what I've been feeling for the past 4 years now, right? So now I asked him, I said, did you do something with a man? And I say it just like that. And he just looks at me like, what? What? It's almost like every time I confront him about something in regards to either his friend's sexuality or now I'm confronting him about potentially his, it's never like this. Like, what do you like? Where, like, why would you even think that? Or it's just kind of like the feeling I got was like, how did you figure this out? So now I'm full on confronting him about it. He's denying it, of course he would, but he's not doing anything that would prove his point. I would feel like if my girl, my woman, is accusing me of having anything homo going on, I would go to the ends of the earth to prove no, who I met up with was a woman and I did something with a woman. He wasn't doing any of that. Red flag on the plate. I know all of this is red flags, but this is when I particularly at this moment, being head over heels in love with somebody, was saying like, okay, now red flags for sure. Any other time I was just guessing, assuming, you know. Now I'm feeling like, okay, this is definitely something. Something is going on. Now, mind you, I told you because of what was going on, the world shut down. So now I had to go find a place that was willing to take me to go get tested myself. And then at that time, we didn't even know what was really going on. So I was scared to go outside. And now I'm forced to go outside because now I got to go see if I'm good. Luckily, I was amazing. I was good. Everything came back clean. His stuff came back and he was clean. Broke up. Now, at this point, when we broke up for 3 months. We was done for 3 months. Baby, please, baby, please, baby, please. Da 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 da. Same spiel over again. We got back together. I know, y'all. I know, stop screaming at me. Stop screaming at me. This is how dumb I was. All of that happened in April. His birthday is in September. I took him on a birthday trip, y'all. So I took him on his birthday trip and I asked all his friends and family to send me videos of them telling him happy birthday and how much he means to them. And I made a big collage to play for him on his birthday.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Yes, I know. I'm stupid. While we was out there, I did bring up everything that happened in April. And I told him, if you do anything remotely, even close to anything that we had experienced in the past, and I find out anything, we're done. We are done. Okay? Done. Done. Okay. So for about, I want to say 2.5 years, things were going smooth sailing. We moved in with each other. Things were becoming better, but as far as the friendships he was having, still felt very, very weird to me. And he continued to make friends and get overtly close with them. So that was still an argument because now I feel the way that I feel. So now I'm side-eyeing all your male friendships that you're having. And that gave me anxiety. It made me paranoid. It made me very insecure. Because not only did I feel like, okay, there's women maybe around my man, but now I have to worry about men being around my man. Fast forward, now we moved to Atlanta. We're in Atlanta now. Things are going cool. Now, I was financially stable in New York. When I came to Atlanta, I was not, because I was starting my career all over again. So he started becoming the one that was a little bit more financially stable. He was taking me to work. Just everything was going pretty cool. And then he started doing Lyft. So now he started to say like, oh, he had to go out a lot and make this money, driving all the time in his car, barely was home. So now being distant, being detached. So I started to see the red flags on the play again. So now that I'm seeing all the red flags on the play again, we're gearing up to go to part 5. Hopefully part 5 is the last part, because this is the straw that broke the camel's back. And like I told y'all, I told him the last time, if something happened again, this will be the last time. And I was not playing. So stay tuned for part 5 to see how this found out. All right, so part 5 of how I was in a 7-year relationship with a very questionable and suspect man. Okay, let's get it. So I'm just going to rewind a smidget, because I did say that we were good for those years that we lived together, and we weren't. I was just referring into nothing really happening on like the cheating front, but things started to get physical between us, because like I said, I was confronting him about the friend still, even though there was no definitive proof of the cheating. It was still very questionable about the relationships that he was having with his friends, and just the comfortability of him kind of showing me like any new friend that he made, it being a male, that they kind of like had the one up on me a little bit. That's the feeling that I got. Not that he was saying that, but it always felt like I would go to the ends of the earth for my friends and like their birthdays or their outings. But when it came to my birthdays and it came to something that I needed his support in, when it came to me, it was just half or nothing at all. So we would get into arguments like that, and then things would become physical. So I just wanted to rewind a little bit. Now we're gonna fast forward back to us moving to Atlanta. So now we're living in Atlanta, and like I told you before, I was a little bit more financially dependent on him, and he was using Lyft as in, oh, since I'm supporting you now too, I gotta go out here, I gotta do what I gotta do, I gotta grind. So he was out majority of the day, and because his job was in his car, and he did give me his location, because that was a part of the guidelines of us getting back for the second time. He was now saying, oh, if you see me anywhere, I'm doing the Lyft. So he had excuses. He had like a clear cut excuse of why he would be somewhere that was just in West Bubble. Okay. So now on this particular day, I'm getting ready to make my makeup clients. It's a wedding, and he's being very attentive. It's like he's being very attentive, but very that same cold, distant. Like every time he does something he's not supposed to do, he gets like this. But also being attentive, so he offers to drive me there. He's putting the car. He put in the bags in the car, my makeup case, loading it up, opening my door, like doing things that is very sad that he hasn't done in a long time for me. When we get to the venue, he's taking my stuff out. He's walking me to the door to say goodbye. He gives me this long kiss, and he's just being very attentive. But while he's doing all of this, he's not able to make eye contact with me. So it's like, it's very weird. Okay, so I do my clients to the bridal party. He comes and picks me up. I give him money for gas. He denies it. He's like, no, you don't need to do that. Whatever the case may be. I'm like, you sure? Like, blah, 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 blah. Now, mind you, he had no problem taking my money for gas any other time. So I'm just like, okay. So one of my coworkers was having a farewell party, and invited me. So he was going to take me there. Now, I was going to Uber there because I planned on drinking or whatever the case may be. And I knew that he had to go do Lyft. He says, no, I don't have to do that. He's going to take me. So he proceeds to take me. On the way to the party, he asks me, have I been to the doctor lately? And I said, no. Why would I? Why is something wrong with me? He sighs and he's doing these little facial expressions while he's driving. That's really peculiar to me. So I'm like, me, my smart little mouth, I'm like, why? You was out here doing something? And he says, yes, I did. I got from this person and my test results came back today and I have gonorrhea. So I'm in the passenger side and I'm just looking at him. Now, mind you, he's not taking his eyes off the road. He's not looking back at me. He's just looking straight ahead and I'm just looking at him. We got to the destination of the party. I got out the car and I said, are you able to pick me back up? He says, yeah. And he just still no eye contact. I get back in the car and I just tell him like how could you? But I'm so calm, the same way I am right now. I'm just looking at him and I'm just like, how could you? And then we arrive back to our house and I take a shower and I lay down and he proceeds to get in the bed with me and I just burst out in tears. I just burst out in tears. When I tell you, it was that ugly cry, that type of cry. So I asked him, how did this happen? What did you do? He goes and tells me he was on Tinder again. Met somebody from Tinder and caught gonorrhea. So I said to him, I said, you know what? It's so crazy how every time you do something, something always happens. Like, you don't think that's crazy? He says, yeah, like, I only ever did anything those 3 times. And I said, okay, so you only did things 3 times and every time you get caught or every time something bad happens to you. So I told him in the most calm voice possible, we're done. I told you if there's anything happening like this again, we will be done. And it's over. He called my bluff. And I said, I can give you a month to find somewhere else to go and somewhere else to live, but you are not staying here no more. And we're done. He tries to talk, work it out. And I said, at this point, it's either you are doing things with men or you did something with a prostitute. Which one? This says, oh, I did something with a prostitute. So I said, okay, you did something with a prostitute. How did you pay the prostitute? He tells me, oh, it was cash. I said, okay, so show me the transaction of where you took money out of your bank. He shows me a statement of when he took out $80 from a bank in Riverdale. I said, that's very peculiar because that same bank around that same time in that same area is when you took out money to come and get my nails done. So you want to try again? He starts, Jada, I don't understand. What point are you trying to prove? What are you trying to prove? And I just looked at him and I said, this is the saddest thing. This is the saddest thing. I said, you need help. And we lived with each other for a month. And in that month, I've seen him go from up and down, hot and cold. It would be days he would come home and he wants to work it out. And baby, please. And baby, please. And then it would be days to where he treated me like shit on the bottom of his shoe. And we had a dog together. He said, I'm not doing shit for that dog. Don't ask me to walk it. And then it'll be days where he'd come in and he'd be like, does the dog need this? And does the dog need that? And I'll do this. Oh, I'm just trying to make it work. I want to get married to you. I want to have babies with you. And then he'll come the next day and be like, you find a way to get to work. I ain't taking you to work. I ain't doing nothing for you. It was that for a month. So come June 1st, I told him, you have to leave. He tried to give me another month's worth of rent. I gave it back to him and I said, you need to leave. You need to go. We are done. Stay tuned for part 6. I promise part 6 is going to be the last part. I'm going to try to sum it all up. Okay, so part 6 of how I was in a 7-year relationship with a very questionable and suspect man. Let's go. So like I told you, I gave him a month to get himself together. And during that month's time, he was going through every emotion known in a book, treating me like he's groveling at my feet, and seeing that's not working, to resorting back to treating me like complete utter shit. So during that month, I would hear him on the phone with the best friend, the infamous best friend. And I would hear sometimes the best friend saying like, yeah, bro, you better off without her. And I would let it slide. I would hear it. Because sometimes I felt like out of all the other times you were on the phone with the best friend and I could never hear your conversation, even when I was trying to. Now I'm able to hear it so vividly, like almost like you want me to hear him say that. Okay. So, initially, I packed all his stuff up already when we got back from the party the day that he told me. So I packed all his stuff up. So everything was already in boxes. He took the boxes from the room that we was in together to the garage and left them in the garage for the remaining time of the month. Cool. So, and then he was not sleeping in my bed. He was sleeping in another room. He comes one time in the room and gets in the bed as if nothing happens and proceeds to touch on me like we were about to do something. I kicked him out expeditiously. That pissed him off. So that was close to the time where he was gearing up to leave. And so from that point on, it was just like in passing, walking right past each other. Cool. So I get a call from his dad. His dad proceeds to tell me, oh, like, that's your man. Don't let your man go. Don't let anybody else have the satisfaction of taking your man from you. Because no matter how bad, and this is another part, maybe in another story time I'll tell you, but he used to throw me under the bus every chance he get, to his friends, to his family. Like, did not give me no protection. Like, he would talk bad about me to his friends and family, to where they started treating me differently. And I know that because I had a conversation with his sister, and all the stuff that she told me he said about me, I'm like, wow. Majority of it was lies. And for the stuff that was true, he never told her the things that he did to make me react that way. But because the father, I'm guessing he was saying that because he didn't get the full scoop. And I told him, but you know, he caught something. He caught gonorrhea. So he could have easily gave that to me. And now he don't care about my life and I don't feel safe. His father proceeds to tell me, but that's your man. You have to stick by your man. I hung up. No. So he leaves. Now, when he leaves, I want to say 2 months go by. And a month goes by the first time he tries to reach out to me and tries to tell me that he wants to come back and he's going to make it work. And then he does it a second time, the second month. No, both times. Not happening. I was already done. I told you the last time was going to be the last time. And I was done. I didn't feel safe with this person no more. I didn't feel like I knew this person no more. It got physical. My health is at risk. I don't trust you. And every time he cheated, it just got worse. And I just wasn't willing to take that chance on seeing what the next worst was, because now the next time I might catch something that I cannot get rid of. Because we're in Atlanta. And I feel like you're doing what you're doing because there was never no proof of any woman in sight. For 7 years, I was arguing with this man about men. So, from certain people and through the grapevine, I find out that he is creating this whole new narrative that I just let him become homeless out into the streets and didn't care and just kicked him out. And my family was way too invested in our relationship and drove a wedge between us and so forth and so on. And that was the reason that we ended. Okay. So fast forward a little bit more, I find out that he has a new girlfriend and he moves in with the girlfriend relatively pretty quickly. I understood exactly the reasoning for that. Okay, you need a place to live, and you probably took the first opportunity you could get, but that was none of my business. I'm not saying that because that's any of my business. All I'm saying is this is just a warning to a lot of women. Whenever you have a gut feeling about anything, it doesn't have to be the man's sexuality or whatever the case may be. Whenever you just have a gut feeling about something, just listen to it, because I could have saved myself a lot of heartache, a lot of embarrassment, a lot of money, because like I said, for a majority of our relationship, I was the one doing, opposed to the first couple dates that he took me on to, I guess, now to what I know to be love bombing. And then his real colors came out. All I'm saying is, please, please, when you see something that doesn't sit right with your soul, or you feel something that doesn't feel right with your soul, run. So, more of the story, like I said, gut feeling, listen to it. And if you're in a relationship that's getting way too toxic and you just had this feeling like, oh, but what if everything that I taught him, he goes and treats the next woman better than me? That may be true and it may not be true, but you will not have to go through the same trauma and heartbreak that you've been going through. Like, let the next woman handle that. Let the next woman go through that. Let the next woman see whatever she needs to see, or let the next woman make him better, whatever the case may be. But just worry about yourself and worry about getting yourself out of this toxic relationship. I may do other parts of other aspects of this relationship, but as far as the DL stuff, for me, he's not beating these allegations, because for 7 years and you knowingly cheated on me 3 times, you got caught, and there has never been any proof of a woman being involved, we have to talk about that. Like, that has to count for something. So yes, watch out, because you don't only have to worry about the women now. You have to worry about the man taking your man. So thank you for listening to my TED Talk.
Um, let me reduce the slides because can I? Can I? Good. Oh, whatever. Please go down in the comment section and share your thoughts. Love to know what you think about this story time, this conversation down in the comment section. Do you think that she is overreacting? Do you think that, oh, it's not, it could not be download, it could just be something else, it could be a man cheating on her with a woman? Go down in the comment section and share your thoughts. Love to know what you think. But as always, keep it respectful. You're on this channel. We're allowed to disagree, but we do it in a respectful way. So go ahead, feel free and share your thoughts. So for me, it's like, and this is where as women, I know as we grow, and this is why we share stories like this, we had conversations like this, just to help younger girls, other older women share their story, younger girls hear and be able to point out these red flags. The truth is that a lot of women are scared to move on from a relationship, and that's why most times they stay in that relationship long, because most times there's this fear of, I've put in so much work here, I've invested so much time, energy, money. I cannot be the one to lose, and then he will go and be a better man for the other woman. So they rather put up with it. Ladies, if it's like the sister said, if it doesn't feel right, if you have your gut feelings about things, just keep it moving. And the part that you are with somebody, and this is another thing, like you're with somebody that it's intentionally opening himself or herself up, it could be anyway, up to get any type of, to cheat, and to cheat without even protecting themselves, making you very vulnerable to all type of thing that is out there. For me, that is even very dangerous, even as a husband, because like in my society, in my culture, it's something that is very rampant. You see with men that cheat, they come home and they give these women all type of sexual diseases and all that. And most of these women, they never step out, but yet they are left with this chronic illness, sickness, and all that. And for me, ladies, like, protect your health, protect your gut health, protect your coochie. Like, listen to it. I have this friend where we're talking, and like what same age, she's in her 40s. Do you notice my friend did not even know what a UTI is and all that? She does not even understand why a vagina acts the way it does and all that. And even though repeatedly her husband has cheated on her over and over again, she still did not know. And I feel we've had this conversation here before where we talk about how a lot of younger girls, women are not informed and educated about their body, sexuality, sex, and all that. And I feel like this is one of them. And it's very rampant in my society. A lot of women don't know that. They don't. Yeah. So, yeah, let me know. Do I think the man is on a download? Yes, I think so. Because I feel like if it would be a woman, especially when the first one was a trans woman, if he has cheated multiple times, which oh, excuse me, which I feel he has cheated multiple times. She could have seen something, but most of the times he is the one that brings it to her, and is always like very oblivious, very. Mm. And one thing I know is that when people cheat, people don't cheat by accident. It's a very meticulous plan. And from her story, he always comes to her when he feels like she's going to find out, because she goes to the hospital and get tested, she will know he's the one that gave it to her, and then he has stepped out. So he's telling her beforehand. So do I think he's on the download? Yes, because I feel like if he was cheating with a girl, she would have probably sensed it, because probably the girl will be blowing up his phone and all that. But I feel like when it comes to download things, I don't know. I feel like the blowing up of the phone is not like when it's a woman. You know, we women sometimes we can be very feisty. So yeah, let me know your own takedown in the comment section. Not to say that there's anything wrong with anybody's sexuality and what they choose to do with their in their privacy of their bedroom. It's none of my business. Do you do whatever makes you happy? But this is just a conversation. Like, how do you spot men that is on the down low? Because there are a lot of men that are on the down low and they don't even want to admit it to themselves, but they bring it to a woman. One thing I'll say is that, and guys, let me know if I'm wrong or right. Any man that likes doing it from the other side, I feel the man is on the down low. Honestly. But that's my own personal opinion. Like, that's why I think I might be wrong, I might be wrong. But I might be wrong, I might be right. But that is just, like, if I'm talking to somebody like, oh, have you done that, done it on the other, oh, and I'm like, okay, why? So if I'm having any conversation, but there are some women that likes it, okay? Okay, well, you're not pushing this conversation to another level. Yeah, but there's a woman that likes that too. But for me personally, if a man is into some that, for me, I'm just like, could you be like, mm-mm-mm? Anyway, guys, please go down in the comment section and share your thoughts. Love to know what you think about this amazing story time and conversation down in the comment section. But as always, keep it respectful. Yeah, on this channel, we're allowed to disagree, but we do it in a respectful way. So go ahead, feel free and share your thought. Share this video with somebody that you want to be part of the conversation because that's what we do here. We have banging conversation. So go on and share this video. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, smash the like button because this helps YouTube to push out my content for more people to see. And that'll be you supporting this channel and this girl, yeah? Okay. Subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Deuces.